Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me seize this opportunity to commend His Excellency President of the Republic for fulfilling one of his constitutional mandate. This takes me straight to the statement made by the President under the Interior Ministry. A lot of achievements have been made by the police, but I felt that's what fundamental omission that has been highlighted, that's of great concern to the nation. That's the issue of accidents. I have not seen any statement relative to accidents, and we are all aware that road accidents are taking a lot of lives in this country, particularly in my constituency and the West Coast region. But there's no indication as to what efforts the police are doing in order to mitigate such fatal road accidents. This is key. Concrete steps that the government intends to take in terms of reducing road accidents by way of installation of CCTVs and other traffic gadgets to contain the said fatal accidents. I would have loved to see that, because road accidents is a grave concern to the nation in general, particularly my constituency. That takes me to the Ministry of Higher Education. The issue of Ndemban Skills Center has been mentioned over and over. I do appreciate the government's effort. However, a lot needs to be done. I'm aware of a lot of good things that are going under the scene. And there's one point in time, let me commend the Government Monitoring Committee that went to decide themselves to see. But then the more time it takes, the more dilapidated the building becomes. I was there recently, and then in other rooms, you can see the roof falling off, the doors falling apart. So in essence, the more it takes for the government to complete it and establish the institutions, the more damage will be done to the building. And that will be extra cost. Although I appreciate what's been done, but there's need for better plans and a time frame for the completion of the refurbishment of that skill center, so that the youth of this country could be given the opportunity to learn skills, to allow them to participate in the socio-economic development of this country. Madam Speaker, that takes me to lands regional government. The Department of Community Development under the Ministry of Lands is now implementing participatory demand-driven community development strategies to enhance decentralized structures and support community-based organizations. That's a welcoming news. In order for the decentralization to take its rightful position in this country, the decentralized structures need to be supported. They need to be enhanced, they need to be capacitized. To be precise, the VDCs and the WDCs. That's a welcome news. However, one fundamental issue under that department that is not here, that's government's contribution in terms of the implementation of the decentralization process, for the support that it intends to give to the local councils. That's not been mentioned. If you go to other policies, the local government Act 2002 and the Finance Act 2004, has closely indicated what this government's responsibility is to the local councils. And this has not been mentioned. For those also the local government committee are aware of some of the scenes that are going underground. But this particular address is intended for the nation. So those people will not be privy to such information with regards to what government is doing to enhance the local councils. Madam Speaker, last but not the least, environment and climate change. The tail end of that particular incident, environment, that as waste management presents a major environmental challenge for the country, the Waste Management Bill is under review to deal with waste issues. This is a welcome news. We are all living witness to the problems faced by local councils and the general environment and communities by way of waste. And so that's an existing policy or law under this institution, with particularly also the anti-littering law, which also equally welcome. But then this policy, as stated here, really needs proper review. Because having a policy in itself alone is not sufficient. This has to do with our attitudes. We are fond of actually putting more burden on the environment, including myself. Even you driving in vehicles, you chewing your nuts, you see people throwing it out. So this issue actually is of great concern. And the council, as I said previously, the council alone cannot deal with this. It needs the intervention of the government. However, community participation is also very, very key. How do we manage our waste? Even if we dedicate all our trucks to waste collection and disposal, that will be not be enough. Because everybody is disposing of waste, and a few are collecting it. So unless proper strategies are put in place and policies to ensure our waste are managed from our homes and disposed of effectively, the issue of waste will remain a nightmare in this country. But I appreciate and thank the Minister of Environment for coming up with this initiative to ensure that to review the existing policy and law, to make it better, to enhance it, so that will adequately help us in the fight against waste management and disposal in this country. Madam Speaker, on that note, I want to thank the President once again for fulfilling his constitutional mandate. Although we are all aware the issue of COVID-19, which is also a nightmare which has held the world to ransom, and the Gambia cannot be excluded. So we need to put our efforts together. As the honorable nominated member has said, actually, we need to come together as a nation. We need to work together. We need to put our hearts together to ensure we defeat this deadly virus. Madam Speaker, I thank you very much, and I beg to take my seat.